Time once again for our bi-weekly chit-chat with our good friend and my veterinarian, Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto from Veterinary Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
And we were talking off there. All the dogs are good. You recently gave all three of ours the little once-over.
Yeah.
And we need to get Daisy in for her tooth cleaning, so definitely. But other than that, finding out that it's National Chip Your Pet Month.
That's great. I think it's important for people to realize the importance of microchipping. And it really does help. Should your pet ever get lost, it really helps up your chances of you getting them back. So microchips, there's been some confusion with a lot of clients that it's not a GPS system, so you can't track them down. But what they will do is, should your pet get out and get lost and get picked up by animal control, let's say, or a person, and that person may take them to the shelter or to a vet, we scan them for their microchip. That chip is a very specific number just for that particular chip in that pet. And as long as their information, the owner's information, is up to date in the microchip system, then that's how they contact you. So the important part is once your pet is chipped, you have to register them and you have to keep your registration up to date. So if your phone number changes or your address changes, you have to remember to go and update it in that system so they know how to reach you.
That's very important. And this is a story of my niece had a cat. Still does. Well, she had him, then she didn't have him. Mm-hmm. A cat named Seamus got out and for years was gone. She was heartbroken that she didn't know what happened to him and everything like that. It turned out some years later, a couple who had found him adopted him and was going to take him and board him for when they went on vacation, and I think maybe just a routine checkup or something before they did that, found out that Seamus actually belonged to my niece.
Yep.
And but her information was actually because she was still living with her mother at the time. So it does actually work out. And she was like, "Yes, I want my cat back."
Yeah.
So those are the things too. Just make sure that when you find someone, and even out here, sometimes doggies and kitties get out, and it's
Absolutely.
a good opportunity to about half the ones that don't, because I'll see one on the side of the road and I'll pick it up if I can,
right,
and take it to wherever I can to get it scanned, whatever's closest. And I found about half of them don't have chips,
right.
And that's always a difficult thing to kind of figure out what. Whose pet it is. So.
Yeah, it becomes much more difficult, definitely.
And especially we love our dogs. So it's painless. It's a relatively simple process to chip your pet.
Exactly. It's very similar to getting a vaccine. So a little bit bigger needle, you're inserting something about the size of a grain of rice under the skin, and it should work for the life of the pet, but that's, we can always scan them when you come for your annual checkups, make sure it's still working, it's still scanning correctly. And, if your dog or cat were to ever get out and they didn't have a chip, if they got into the shelter system, they certainly would have a chip when getting back out of there because it is a requirement at this point.
Now, let's say, for example, do you have to go back to the place of origin where you got the chip to get the information updated?
No. So it's once you have your microchip, you'll have some paperwork with the number on it, and basically you just go online, and everything is internet based now. So as long as you have your number, you can go back in and update all of your information. And
if you do find a pet out there, and the pet is nice enough to come with you, and what's the best place to take it to get it scanned?
Any veterinarian office should be able to scan it, or the shelter.
Okay, so whatever's closest. And you, of course, are located on Cinema Drive, Veterinary Center, located in beautiful Valencia. Any other upcoming things? There is, I know that Dental Month was a couple months ago. Anything else coming up?
Not that I'm aware of. Okay. Just kind of gearing up for summer. It's usually our busier months, and trying to make people aware of the particular problems that we see when it gets hotter.
We'll have our heat chit chat coming up shortly because it is going to get warmer. Well, Dr. Jaimie Ronchetto, Cinema Veterinary Center, cinemavet.com, my veterinarian. And what's the phone number?
661-253-9300.
Thank you so much for stopping by. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.